It is time for Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
And we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly away.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier for me is the best MCU movie. It is absolutely brilliant. It's between this movie and Guardians of the Galaxy. Those two movies are just amazing. They're at the top. The best MCU movies, nothing comes close, nothing for me. Because, it's just such an amazing movie. It's more like a spy thriller than a superhero movie. Basically, he's working for an agency. That agency gets infiltrated by Hydra, another agency, of course. Him and a few friends have to stop that organization from killing millions of people. So, yeah, very much like a spy thriller. And it's really good. It is really good. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Considering I give nothing a 10, so 9 is highest. It is a brilliant movie. One of the best Marvel movies, the best MCU movie easily. Not easy actually. Guardians, as I said, is definitely top. It's top 2, but I consider this one better. And yeah, for those who say Marvel can't do edgy, can't do dark, this movie and Civil War kind of disagree. To be fair, I mean there's some jokes in there and here and there, but they're mostly serious movies. So yeah, this movie was good, not because it was serious, but because it was just done really well. The plot, the storyline, the emotional scenes, the action scenes. The action scenes were amazing, man. That first action scene on that ship, that was badassery, alright? I liked the fight scenes in World War II in the first Captain America movie, but these fight scenes in this movie, jeez, they were epic. They were all epic. Oh yeah, you do meet Falcon at the start, I forgot to mention that. Captain America jumps out of a plane, not for the first time. Just like in the first movie, he jumps out of a plane to start that scene as well. What was I going to say? His new suit in that movie was just awesome. It was awesome. It just looked so much cooler than the old one. The old one looked a bit, I mean, it was fine. It looked a bit goofy in a way, if that makes sense. The newer one just looked so much cooler, and he was just such a badass in this movie. And there's that scene with Peggy Carter. She's old now, old lady, 70 years later. That was a depressing scene, emotional scene, because well, every 2 minutes she forgets. Like, she's talking to him, and then she's like, "Hey, Steve, you survived," and that's just like, jeez, man, that is depressing. So anyway, Nick Fury kind of figures out that there's something wrong within S.H.I.E.L.D. and he tells Alexander Pierce, who's actually behind it all anyway. He's behind, he's the head of it, he's the leader of it, but Nick Fury doesn't know this. He tells Alexander Pierce. Alexander says, "Oh, I'm gonna look into it." Obviously he doesn't. Nick Fury gets chased. That was a pretty cool chase scene ending in Winter Soldier's introduction. Damn, I didn't know, at this point I didn't know it was Bucky Barnes. I didn't know at all. Like, I knew he died in the first movie, but I didn't, when I first watched it with my granddad and cousin, I didn't know. And then let's fast forward to Captain America's flat. He comes to his flat. Sharon Carter's there. She lives opposite him. Obviously he doesn't know. She's called Kate at this point, but she's Sharon Carter. Captain America goes into his flat and he sees Nick Fury. He says, "Don't trust anyone." And Nick Fury gets shot twice, I think. Yeah, and then Captain chases, well, Sharon Carter goes to look after Nick Fury while Captain Steve, I should just call him Cap. Cap just sounds the coolest. Cap chases Winter Soldier, and that scene was, well, it wasn't a massive chase scene, but Winter Soldier catching the shield just like that was shocking. So then you get Alexander Pierce trying to vilify Nick Fury to Captain America. Obviously Nick Fury dies. He doesn't actually die, but we all think he's dead at this point. And Alexander Pierce is trying to, well, he's behind Hydra, but he's not behind Hydra, but he's the head of operations for Hydra at the moment. And Cap doesn't know this obviously, but he's trying to, Alexander's trying to tell Cap that Nick Fury's the bad guy and all this. And yeah, it leads to, well, Captain America doesn't believe him obviously, but it leads to the elevator scene, which is another badass fight scene. Then the escape. Wow, the way he takes out that Quinjet, that was just awesome. I'm sure you all agree that that scene when he escapes out of the S.H.I.E.L.D. base, when he takes out that Quinjet with a shield, that is just epic badassery, if that's even a word or a phrase. It is epic. So Black Widow and Captain America are fugitives now. They have to go undercover. Also, Captain America steals a car, which is apparently quite iconic to his character in the comics. I haven't read the comics. I haven't read any comics at all, so I don't know about it. But apparently, he is known for stealing cars. That is like his thing. So yeah, I didn't know that at this point. Like, I didn't know until Civil War. I saw Civil War, and then after that I saw some spoiler videos, and one guy mentioned it. Like, he's known for that in the comics. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. So they find a military base, an old military base from World War II, where Captain used to train. Well, when he was back when he was skinny. He goes and that USB stick, whatever that was, that intelligence stick. He goes into Zola's brain. Zola, obviously, Zola's the guy, that short, weird guy from the first movie. He obviously died, but he transferred his brain to a computer or something. And Captain finds that computer. He talks to Zola, and Zola mentions that Hydra have been there all along. They've been inside S.H.I.E.L.D. the whole time, waiting for their moment to take over the world. So that's crazy stuff. Let's fast forward now to the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent being interrogated by Captain America. You see Falcon's suit for the first time, so that's pretty cool. It's not really a suit, it's just his wings, really. But it looks pretty cool. And then the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent mentions like their targets. There are millions of targets, and they include these people. They include Captain America, a TV anchor in Cairo. I don't know if that's referencing something or it's just a random TV anchor. The Under Secretary of Defense, a high school valedictorian in Lower City, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange. Now, I think the valedictorian, that's not Betty, it's not Betty Ross, is it? I don't know, it seems like this TV anchor, the Secretary of Defense, and the valedictorian, they're actually like actual characters, so I don't know. But Bruce Banner is the Hulk, obviously, and Stephen Strange, they referenced Doctor Strange. Now, I did not know who Doctor Strange was until the movie itself, so I did not catch this reference when I first watched it. But now, watching it back, not the first time I noticed, of course. I watched it a few months ago and I noticed, but yeah, to reference Doctor Strange that early in the universe, that is crazy stuff, and I should have picked up on that. So then you get that highway scene, that big battle between Cap, Winter Soldier, and the S.H.I.E.L.D., the bad S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. It ends in, it was an epic scene, by the way, but it ends in Bucky's mask, Winter Soldier's Bucky, obviously. Bucky's mask coming off, and Captain realizes, wait, that's Bucky. And he's like, Bucky? And he's like, who the hell's Bucky? Because, he's being mind controlled. He's under this program, so he doesn't remember Captain America. So yeah, that is crazy stuff to like realize that the bad guy, the evil guy you've been fighting for half this movie, not half this movie, but for the first time in this movie, actually, for the guy you're fighting, the guy who supposedly killed Nick Fury, is actually your best mate from 70 years ago. So yeah, after Captain America gets caught with Falcon and Black Widow, they obviously break out with Agent 13, Sharon Carter, who was Captain's neighbor, and then they find out that Nick Fury is actually alive, which is, I don't know how they did that. Like, they saw him on the bed, the hospital bed, so how did they like fabricate that? I don't know, but it's flipping cool to find out that he's alive. And then they cross the Winter Soldier scene. He gets flashbacks, because Captain America said Bucky. Winter Soldier gets flashbacks to 70 years ago, which is not the war, but he gets flashbacks to being experimented on. He gets caught by Hydra and they put him on ice. They experiment on him. He starts to remember, but then they reset his memory again. So yeah, then that's gone temporarily, I guess. And then Captain America goes to the museum that he was at before earlier in the movie. I didn't mention that, but he goes to the museum because he needs a suit, and he gets the museum suit, his original suit. I'm assuming that's his original suit, the actual one in the museum, and he just took it. And then he gets an announcement thing in S.H.I.E.L.D.'s base and announces that Hydra infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. and your enemy could be right next to you, so for those who are still good, fight back. And yeah, it starts off this final battle between the good S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, the bad S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Black Widow's gone up to Alexander's office. Captain America's and Falcon are trying to disable the helicarriers, because the helicarriers have targets. including the ones I mentioned, including Doctor Strange, but they have millions of targets, like millions at a time, and Captain America and Falcon have to disable the helicarriers to stop this from happening. So yeah, you get this massive, awesome final battle. Captain America tries to put the chip in. They have to put some chip in. I don't know how it works. You just put some chips in. You had to put a chip in each of the three helicarriers, and the first two were done pretty quickly. The last one was the hardest because Winter Soldier's in the way, but Captain America, even though he got shot 3 times, he managed to get the chip in just in time with seconds left until firing time. And yeah, and then not Agent 13, what's her name? Maria Hill, I think she is. She reset the targets to, the helicarriers to aim at each other, so they destroy each other. And Cap just says, fire. You know, just fire, because even though he's been shot 3 times, he's still in one of them. Just fire it. Just get it done. And yeah, obviously, I didn't mention too much about the fight between Captain and Bucky, but it was obviously a great fight. Just the final battle in general, it was just a great sequence. But yeah, he sees Bucky in trouble, stuck under part of the ship, I guess. He saves Bucky, and then Bucky tries to fight him. Captain tries to say, like, you're my friend, I'm not gonna fight you. And Bucky, he doesn't remember too well yet, and he just keeps. Well, Captain throws down his shields, and he's not gonna fight him back. So Winter Soldier's just punching his face. Cap says, "You're my friend." This was a pretty emotional scene. Cap says, "You're my friend." Bucky says, "You're my mission." And Cap says this, "Then finish it, because I'm with you to the end of the line." Now that is a callback to the scene in the first Avenger, in Captain America first movie, where Bucky died. See you at the end of the line, I think. That was the line, I think, when he died, when he fell. So yeah, it was a very deja vu sort of similar scene. And yeah, Cap falls into the water. Thankfully they're above water. He falls into the water, and Bucky saves him. Bucky saves his life. And then walks away. He drags him to the shore, then walks away. But all the helicarriers are destroyed now. They fired at each other, they're all destroyed. So then you get the end scene with Nick Fury, Black Widow. They're going their separate ways, going somewhere to do whatever. And then you have Captain America and Falcon. So Steve's going after Bucky because he's his best friend. He wants to go after him. And Falcon's like, yeah, when do we start? And obviously that leads on to Civil War. I don't know what the time frame is, because I'm pretty sure Age of Ultron is in between. But Civil War is after Winter Soldier, so like, I guess they want to go and find him, but they're kind of stalled by the Avengers mission and then go on that mission. I guess that's how it works. So the first after credits scene, Hydra have Loki's scepter, leading on to Age of Ultron, of course, and of course they show the reveal of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch introduced into the universe. That was it was a pretty cool way to do it. So yeah, that was a cool scene. Then the second after credits scene, Bucky is at Captain America's museum, and he notices himself on the side as his best friend, and he starts to, I guess he starts to remember more, because I guess he's going there to try and find out who he is, and I'm guessing he starts to remember more of it. But yeah, that is all to talk about. I talked about this less than Thor and the first Captain America movie, I think. So I don't know why, but yeah, this was definitely the best movie for me. Definitely the best movie. Not actually, as I said at the start, Guardians is arguably better, arguably not as good. It's just, these two are just neck and neck. But for me, Winter Soldier, just above. Obviously two different types of movies though, like two very different movies. So it's hard to compare, but they're both MCU movies, both part of the same universe. I cannot wait to see everyone meet. Like, I want to see Captain America have a conversation with Star-Lord. Like, I want to see, like, no, Captain America, Star-Lord and Thor, because they're all from different times and places. They don't understand the Earth's customs, etc. I think a conversation between them would be quite funny to watch. But yeah, this was your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I would watch the next one now, but I'm going to the Arsenal game, which is why I got my shirt on. But I will watch that soon. I'm trying to like record this quickly. Like I want to watch them as soon as possible. I'm only going to upload like 3 or 4 a week, so 3 a week probably. But I might finish this really early. By the time you see this one, I might have finished it all. We'll see. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like. I said that outro. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Doesn't hurt to say it twice. See ya. Because I said the rest twice, I'm gonna say this twice as well. See ya. Why am I so weird? Bye.